the young, and the restless spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is incredibly late here on a Tuesday night, but my brain is just spinning out of control over the latest Y&R developments. I honestly couldn't sleep, so I needed to get these thoughts out before my head literally explodes. Grab a coffee, or maybe something stronger, and let's dive into this absolute madness together. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and I just cannot get the whole Nick Newman situation out of my head. Like, I am sitting here staring at the ceiling, thinking about that motel room scene. It is bugging me so much. Nick is in this dingy motel room, totally high on fentanyl, and he is having these horrific, vivid nightmares. And then there is a knock on the door. It's Marie Kirkland. She says she's from the next room, and she heard him screaming and crying, and she asks, "So did you want to share?" At first, I was like, oh, okay, she is just a random neighbor. Maybe she is another addict who heard him and wants to score some drugs. But wait, let me back up. This is Genoa City. No one is ever just a random neighbor. Literally never. Actually, no. First, I should mention the dream Nick was having before she knocked, because it is super important context. Nick is dreaming that Matt Clark is his spirit guide through this twisted, drug-fueled hellscape. Matt takes his keys, drives him around, and shows him all the lives he is going to ruin. He sees Sharon passed out on a table at the shadow room. Mariah is there, but she is acting like Cassie, asking Nick why her death meant nothing to him. Then Adam attacks him with a rope. Then he is at the ranch, and Chelsea is screaming at him because little Connor found Nick's drug stash, took some, and died. And then Nikki, oh my God, Nikki, she is at the GCAC drinking a double vodka because of him, and Victor is screaming that Nick is a disgrace. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, right, Marie. So Nick wakes up from this absolute psychological torture chamber of a dream, and there is Marie. And here is what is really messing with me. Marie is not a normal person. She is not just some random girl in a motel. She is an enemy of the Newman family. Like a calculated, dangerous enemy of Victor Newman. I mean, not exactly just Victor, but kind of. Her entire goal, her whole reason for being in Genoa City, is to completely and utterly ruin Nick. She wants to turn him into a true addict, not just a guy who struggles and goes to rehab and gets better. No, she wants him ruined, crippled, a shell of a human being who can never, ever change. She wants him to be a permanent, hopeless addict. It's weird, like really weird. The whole thing is just weird. Why would a random drug enabler have such a specific, malicious vendetta against Nick Newman? Usually, dealers just want money. They don't care about the psychological destruction of their clients. But Marie does. She is actively trying to ensure that Nick never recovers. But then again, that doesn't explain why she happened to be in the room right next to his, unless she followed him there, which she obviously did. I think it was episode 12 or 13, somewhere around there, when Nick left rehab against medical advice. He called his dealer, got the drugs, and checked into this motel. Marie must have been tracking him, or maybe someone tipped her off. I don't know. Okay, wait. I need to talk about the bombshell, the massive, insane bombshell that Michael Baldwin just dropped, because my jaw literally hit the floor. So Michael Baldwin, who is apparently the only person in this entire town who knows how to do a basic background check, has been investigating Marie. I am not even sure why Michael started looking into her. Maybe Victor told him to investigate anyone hanging around, Nick, or maybe Victoria asked him to. Victoria has been working overtime, trying to keep the family peace and teaming up with Adam to save Nick. So maybe she put Michael on the case. Anyway, The point is, wait, what was the point? Oh, right. The investigation. Michael digs into Marie's past and he discovers her true identity. She is not just Marie Kirkland. She is Matt Clark's sister. What? Matt Clark has a sister? And let me just process this for a second. Matt Clark, the guy who has been terrorizing the Newmans for decades, the guy who raped Sharon, the guy who just recently trapped Nick and Adam in a gas station in Las Vegas and gave Nick the poison drugs that started this whole relapse in the first place, that Matt Clark, Marie, is his sister. Okay, I know I just said the opposite earlier about her being a random enemy, but hear me out. This changes literally everything. It makes so much sense, but it also makes no sense. Like, did Matt call her and say, "Hey, sis, I started ruining Nick Newman's life. Can you come finish the job?" When Michael Baldwin exposed her identity, Marie was completely shocked. She did not expect anyone to figure it out. She probably thought she was so smart, hiding in plain sight, playing the sympathetic attic neighbor. But Michael is a shark. He found the connection. And now that we know she is Matt's sister, her motivations are crystal clear. She doesn't just want to sell Nick drugs. She wants to destroy the golden boy of the Newman family as revenge for whatever twisted grievances the Clark family has against Victor and his kids. It is a coordinated attack. Matt breaks Nick's mind, and Marie supplies the poison to keep him broken. Actually, let's think about Matt's psychology for a second. Matt loves to play games. He loves to watch people suffer. He told Adam in Vegas that Nick was already dead from an overdose just to watch Adam panic. Matt is a psychopath. And if Marie is his sister, she probably shares that exact same psychopathic DNA. She is sitting in that motel room, listening to Nick scream and cry from his nightmares, and she is probably smiling. She is enjoying it. She knocks on the door and acts all sweet. "Do you want to share?" But she is really just handing him the shovel to dig his own grave. Probably doesn't matter, but I noticed she was wearing this really unassuming casual outfit when she knocked on the door. It was so normal, and which is terrifying because she is a monster hiding behind a completely average exterior. So now that her identity is blown, what happens next? The notes I was looking at earlier said something like, "She has no good intentions. It's best to kill her before it's too late." Kill her. Just straight up murder her. And honestly, I kind of agree, or maybe not. I don't know. But think about it from the Newman perspective. Victor Newman does not play around when it comes to his family. Well, okay, wait. Victor actually brought Matt Clark to the ranch recently to use him as a pawn against Kane Ashby, which was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad idea. Victor thought he could control Matt, but you can't control a rabid dog, and you definitely can't control his sister. If Victor finds out that Marie is Matt Clark's sister and that she has been intentionally pumping Nick full of fentanyl to turn him into a permanent crippled addict, Victor will kill her. He won't even hesitate. He will have his security team make her disappear into the Genoa City Lake. But wait, what about Adam? Adam has been desperately trying to save Nick. Adam teamed up with Victoria, which never happens, just to help his brother. Adam went to Vegas, dealt with Riza, almost got locked in a storage room to die, all to save Nick. If Adam finds out that Marie is the one keeping Nick sick, Adam might just revert to his old spider persona and take her out himself. Adam has killed before. He would absolutely do it again to protect his brother. Or maybe Nick will do it? Okay, no. Nick is way too messed up right now. Nick can barely stand up without hallucinating that his dead daughter is yelling at him. Nick is completely incapacitated, which is exactly what Marie wants. It is just so tragic when you really look at it. Nick has always been the moral compass of the family. He is the good guy. He's the one who tries to do the right thing, even when his father is being a manipulative dictator. And now Nick is just gone. He is a shell. The drugs have completely rewired his brain. I keep thinking about that dream sequence again. Why did Matt Clark feature so heavily in Nick's subconscious? Because Matt is the architect of Nick's current trauma. Matt is the one who pushed him over the edge. And now Matt's sister is the one keeping him at the bottom of the cliff. It is a family business of destroying Nick Newman. I mean, how did Marie even get the drugs? Is she connected to the same cartel or dealers that Matt uses? Did she purposely lace the drugs with something extra addictive? Fentanyl is already a nightmare. But what if she is giving him something even worse? And what about Michael Baldwin? Michael is dealing with so much right now. Phyllis is facing massive legal trouble because of the AI email scandal. Christine is breathing down everyone's necks. Danny Romalotti just quit music to run a nightclub, which is a whole other weird tangent I don't even have time to get into right now. Like, why is Danny pouring drinks? Make it make sense. But despite all of that, Michael is the one who uncovers Marie's identity. Michael is literally carrying this town on his back. If Michael tells Victor about Marie, all hell's going to break loose. But what if Michael tells someone else first? What if he tells Lauren? Lauren would tell Phyllis. Phyllis would probably do something incredibly reckless, like she always does. Remember when Phyllis removed Matt's electronic ankle monitor? Yeah. Phyllis is not making good choices lately. If Phyllis finds out about Marie, she might try to confront her, and that would just be a disaster. Actually, let's go back to Marie being Matt's sister. Do they have a good relationship? Are they working together directly? Or is Marie doing this on her own to prove something to her brother? Matt has always been obsessed with Sharon. He raped her. He terrorized her. He manipulated her son, Noah. Matt's obsession is Sharon. But Marie's obsession seems to be Nick. It is like they divided up the Newman family. Matt gets Sharon and the kids. Marie gets Nick. It is sick. It is so deeply, profoundly sick. I just can't get over the fact that Nick is in this position. He was doing so well. He voluntarily checked himself into rehab. He was trying to get clean, but the paranoia and the fear of Matt Clark drove him out. He thought his family was in danger. He thought he needed to protect them, and instead, he walked right into a trap set by Matt's sister. Marie played him perfectly. She waited until he was at his absolute lowest, most vulnerable point. She waited until the nightmares broke him down, and then she knocked on the door. Do you want to share? It is such a loaded question. She isn't just asking to share the drugs. She is asking to share his pain, his trauma, his life. She is inserting herself into his psyche. If they don't get rid of her, like if they don't literally kill her or run her out of town immediately, Nick is going to die. There is no rehab that can fix him if Marie is constantly whispering in his ear and handing him baggies of pills. She is a parasite. I am just trying to imagine the confrontation when Marie realizes the gig is up. Michael Baldwin walking into that motel room, or maybe Victor kicking the door down. Marie's face when she realizes her secret is out. We know who you are, Marie. Or should I say, Miss Clark. Oh my God, the drama of it all. I am living for it, but I am also so stressed out for Nick. Wait, what if Marie has been in town longer than we think? What if she was the one who originally supplied the drugs that Nick found in the storage locker in Vegas? We know Matt set up the trap, but maybe Marie was the one who actually procured the poison stash. She could have been pulling the strings from the shadows this entire time. It makes me wonder how many other people in Genoa City are secretly related to past villains. Like, is the barista at Crimson Lights secretly Ian Ward's nephew? Is the valet at the GCAC related to Sheila Carter? I am second-guessing everyone now. But seriously, the user notes were right. She is not a normal person. She is an enemy, and the fact that her goal is to make Nick a true addict who is completely ruined. It is just so dark. Y&R has been going to some really dark places lately. The whole Patty Williams kidnapping Abby and Dominic storyline, Diane being held hostage by a corrupt psychiatrist, Nick's addiction, it is heavy. And Victor is just sitting at the ranch, renewing his vows with Nikki, completely oblivious to the fact that his son is rotting in a motel room with the sister of his worst enemy. Okay, I know I just said Victor was oblivious, but maybe he isn't. Victor always has people followed. What if Victor's security team is already watching the motel? What if Victor knows about Marie, but he is letting it play out to see who she is connected to? No, that's crazy. Victor would never risk Nick's life like that, especially not after Nick almost died in the car crash in Vegas. Victor loves his kids, even when he is being a toxic, manipulative patriarch. If Victor knew Marie was Matt's sister, she would already be in the trunk of a car. So it has to be Michael Baldwin who breaks the news. I can just picture the scene. Michael bursting into the Newman Ranch, interrupting the vow renewal planning. Victor, we have a massive problem. The woman with Nick, she's Matt Clark's sister. The look on Victor's face, the absolute rage. Eric Braeden is going to act the hell out of that scene. I can already tell. And what about Sharon? Sharon has been terrified of Matt. She has been counseling Noah, trying to keep him calm. If Sharon finds out that Matt's sister is the one destroying Nick, Sharon might be the one to kill her. Sharon has a dark side. Remember when she burned down the Newman Ranch? Sharon will fiercely protect the people she loves. If she sees Nick completely ruined, crippled by addiction because of this woman, I wouldn't put it past Sharon to grab a fire poker and handle the situation herself. I mean, someone has to do it. Marie cannot be allowed to succeed. Her plan is too evil to intentionally turn someone into a hopeless addict. It is worse than murder. It is torture. It is stealing someone's soul and leaving their body alive. My brain is just jumping all over the place. I am sorry if this is completely messy, but I just can't stop analyzing the layers here. The Clark family's vendetta against the Newmans is like a generational curse. It just keeps coming back in new forms with new faces. Jade Harlow is going to be amazing in this role, by the way. She has that perfect mix of sweet and sinister. Anyway, the point is, wait, I lost my train of thought again. Oh, right. Marie needs to be stopped. Michael's investigation is the key. The reveal of her identity is the catalyst for the next huge explosion of drama. I am going to be staying up late every night this week just waiting to see how this plays out. Is Nick going to survive this? I honestly don't know. He is so far gone. The fentanyl, the nightmares, the guilt over Cassie and Connor. He is a broken man, and Marie is standing right there holding the pieces and crushing them into dust. Okay, I need to try to sleep. My mind is literally racing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Victor will kill Marie? Do you think Adam will, or do you think Marie will actually succeed in ruining Nick forever? It's just, wow. The whole thing is just, wow.